Good morning, I'm Danni Dikes. Thank you for joining us. Today, a hurricane warning is now in effect for parts of the Gulf Coast as Tropical Storm Marco makes its way to the U.S. Governor Brian Kemp issued a new executive order yesterday renewing statewide COVID-19 restrictions. In the Virginia mountains, you'll find a National Historic Landmark that is too good to miss. A death investigation is underway on Hilton Head Island. Here's what we know so far. She's a speaker, vocalist, and advocate for kids in foster care. Victoria Hill just returned from Miss America. He's the youngest person to solo pilot a hot air balloon.
This is insane.
So cool.
We have to, not tell her it's in there, I guess.
That's fine. I will see a brownie and I will eat a brownie. So
that's what I do.
Now he's channeling his creative side, making notes for his neighbors. The Georgia Department of Public Health is reporting 2,446 confirmed cases. A Sylvania family is still mourning the loss of their loved one 1 week after Julian Lewis was killed in an officer-involved shooting.
No 90s.
No 90s.
No
Gone
90s.
with the oppressive heat.
I was the hula hooping champion when I was younger. And so, all right. I am up for the challenge.
Okay,
Let's do this.
you heard it here first.
These zombies are going to come out. They are going to invade the audience.
That seemed to be where the worst of it normally is after a storm. But take a look at this right here.
You don't need to be a professional skater to crush it on the ice. Each room of the haunted house is designed to scare you, but this is what the Scaremaster says is the most terrifying room. Thomas's watch party just wrapped up here, but he tells me the race was a lot closer than he expected.
Through platforms like Facebook or YouTube, they say the goal is to show families that we're all still connected.
But while many people are wearing masks right now to protect themselves from the coronavirus, well, I was required to wear my mask inside of the precinct, and there are markers on the ground indicating where people should stand.
This hearse used to transport thousands of bodies to the funeral home, and now visitors here in Savannah get a chance to ride around in it. The EPA was just here Sunday night inspecting the grounds. They say there's no harm to students and teachers, and these workers tell me that they've got crews mobilized all around the county.
I've been giving them my services for 5 months and they can't give us a break due to the state is on an emergency.
This mother of 5 doesn't believe she's asking for too much when families are laid off of work and can't afford to pay rent.
Everything that I have and buy food for my children because they're out of school. There's nothing I can do about it.
Latasha Davis says she's trying to work out a deal with the management at Motel 6, but some of her neighbors are getting tossed out onto the street.
They don't really care. They just money hungry.
A father who wants to stay anonymous says his pregnant wife and 2 kids are relying on him. He has been desperately looking for work since getting laid off, but now he and so many others are running out of time.
It was 6 of us up there, and we all went up there. We said, we really need help at this time. If y'all know that we pay weekly, we pay $350 a week.
WSAV News 3 spoke with the motel manager, but she told us business needs to carry on as usual to support her staff.
This is really sad times right now, and it's harder when you have kids and you have so much responsibility.
The United Way of the Coastal Empire is launching its Rapid Response Fund to lend a helping hand. The organization is releasing $80,000 just to get started and increasing the number of staff answering calls to its crisis hotline.
We listen to what their needs are and then try to match them with the best resources available in this community to help them. It is a great gift to allow others to help you and at some point be able to repay that kindness that's been afforded you.
Grant says by picking up the phone and making a donation, families who need help will later pay it forward. She says the way to get through the crisis is by working together.
We're going to pray. We're going to hope that everything gets better.
Do you see the fire? Yeah.
Drivers along Ogeechee Road were shocked to see thick smoke billowing out of a popular Savannah business.
Everything's gone. The entire building is gone.
Keller's Flea Market, the largest in the Coastal Empire, burst into flames on Tuesday morning. Crews from across the region standing on ladder trucks and positioning engines around the building work to keep the fire from spreading.
Whether it's a Savannah, Pooler, Chatham Fire, or Garden City patch on their uniform, they are working side by side to make sure that everybody's safe and that the fire is extinguished promptly.
Chief Coster says no one was inside at the time of that fire, but crews kept at it all afternoon, monitoring for any hot spots and sifting through rubble to try to figure out what caused it. One of the vendors tells me it was devastating to watch.
I lost some furniture, some antiques. I lost some clothes, a little bit of jewelry, but I lost a lot less than some other vendors lost.
Humry says Keller's is home to more than 400 vendors, some of whom have been around for decades.
Everybody's close-knit here, so that's a blessing, when something like this happens.
He says many of the items lost are one of a kind and irreplaceable, but he says it's this type of close-knit family environment they've created that leaves him hopeful they will rebuild.